whatever ethnic, you're from, or wherever you're from in yeah, it's what we've got to deal with.
But I'll tell you why I'm laughing in a second. Hold on. It's fucking pathetic, man. Good evening, good evening. Yes, sniper. You know that guy from Washington that was shooting people from the car? I remember back in the day there was some DC sniper, madman, was driving around in a blue beat up, I don't know, Cadillac bullshit car or whatever, and was shooting people from within the boot. Press 1 if you remember the DC sniper. I'm talking like, 2005 settings, yeah? And was driving around in the car, getting in the boot of the car. There was a hole in the boot, and my man was poking a fucking sniper rifle and slapping people over. Nah, it's not hobnobs, it's ginger nuts. I don't like hobnobs. Yeah, it's ginger nuts. And it's, for some reason, I always buy the cheap packet of ginger nuts. So like if I go to Tesco's, I won't buy like the McVitie's ones. I'll always buy the cheap ones. Like I'll buy like Fox's biscuits and Maryland biscuits and that. But for some reason, I always buy the cheap ginger nuts. I think they always, for some reason, I just feel like they taste better, the cheap ones. So. But yeah, no, not hobnobs today. Well, never. I don't like hobnobs. I'll wait for a couple more people to join. And I'll tell you a little funny thing I witnessed today. I'm like, yo, these chicks ain't got no respect, boy. You know what? I can start off by saying, your chick will get your ass fucking whooped, blood. So, was it yesterday or the day before? I was going to my house. Now, I'm approaching a roundabout that only has 3 exits. Okay? In total. When I say 3 exits, like most normal conventional roundabouts have 4 exits. But on this roundabout, there was only 3. So when I approach this roundabout, I can either go straight ahead or turn right. I cannot turn left because there's nothing there. So anyway, as I'm approaching the roundabout, a van is coming from my right. It's supposed to give way to your right, yeah? So as this van was coming down this hill, I've slowed down to give him way. Plus, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. Because he can't go straight over. There's nothing there. He's either going to turn right or turn left for him, yeah? But I don't know what the fuck he's going to do. He has no indicator on, and he's not going straight. So I'm sitting there waiting. So anyway, as this guy's come down the hill, I'm waiting for him. He takes his right, which is going straight ahead of me. So as he takes his right, he has no indicator on. So I was just looking into this van, and I didn't even shake my head in a way. Like, I just shook my head like, fucking hell, man. Just put the indicator on it. Let me know what you're fucking doing in that. Anyway, the passenger, which was a chick, she went out of her way to look like like to say, why am I shaking my head? I'm thinking, yo, do you really want me to put my foot down and speed up to this van and mash something up? Come on, man, behave yourself, man. This is the thing. When your chick don't respect you, she will get you in trouble. I've had it before. No one to say too much on that, but get me certain people that was local to man. They were playing a bit of loud music and that to some stupid ass hours, and they need to know that I'm next door. I went next door to tell them to keep the noise down and that. The guy was cool. He was like, yeah, listen, I'm trying to get them out. I don't even fucking want some of these lot. I'm trying to get them out. I said, cool. I think I even said to him, I'll go in there and help you get them out. Yeah, no problem. I ain't even cool with these people like that, but I like a bit of trouble and that. Anyway, the chick come to the door. She just told me, piss off. Okay. So anyway, he's turned around, grabbed her, pushed her back into the house and slammed the door. I ain't even talking. I'm like, yo, that's a disrespect. All I remember is I blacked out. And I remember licking one man, licking the next man, popped the door, went inside, and I found her. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Put it this way, every time that chick looks in the mirror, she will remember me. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Have you ever watched the Boondocks? Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. That someone tried to call me Uncle Ruckus, I think, one time. But yeah. So anyway, so these chicks ain't got no respect. So anyway, so I'm at my new house, doing a bit of work over the last few weeks and that, and I'm a very observant person. And when you become a very observant person, you notice patterns of behavior and that, and it's almost like you become psychic because you can predict certain behaviors and that. I'm not talking about the obvious. If you slap someone, they're either going to cry or want to fight you. I'm not talking about that. When you become an ultra observant person, you know how certain people are going to react to you. You know when people are doing something, it's because of a specific reason. So anyway, so at my new house, my house is at the bottom of a cul-de-sac, a dead-end road. There's only one way in and one way out unless you go by foot. And I noticed, because obviously I had to stick it on a few people on the cul-de-sac already. I even moved in. I've had 4 run-ins with people already. I even fucking moved in. And I noticed one of the households, because it's families there, one of the households usually has 2 cars. The mum of the house and the man of the house. Yeah. Now, the mum drives a black car and the man drives some silver car. But over the last month, I ain't seen this silver car. So I thought, oh, like I noticed things like that. I'm like, oh, where's my man? Yeah, like I think things. Yeah. I'm like, oh, where's my man? I'm like, well, it could be only a few reasons why the car's not there. Maybe he is there. Maybe he lost his license. Maybe he writ off the car. Maybe he's in another country. Maybe he went in jail. Probably not. It's probably the 5th one. Probably they broke up, more than likely. Happens, innit? People break up all the time. Nothing. So anyway, so I thought to myself, like, it's a bit like, they broke up and that. I don't know these people. But, like, who the fuck's going to pay the rent? Because, rent ain't cheap. These people, I know they're not no educated people. I know they don't have good jobs. So I know that woman can't afford to pay the rent on her own. You never know. Maybe the guy's paying the rent from somewhere else. I don't fucking know. But I just thought it was a bit odd. Like, a lot of... Look, let me just explain something right now. The reason why certain men don't get broken up with, the reason why certain men don't get kicked out of their yard is because the woman can't survive without them. And he can't survive without her. So certain couples, they have to stick together. But this is when, and this is why people end up sleeping in separate rooms, or the man sleeps downstairs, or the woman sleeps downstairs, or they got separate beds and that. Because the relationship, the dynamics are broken down. There's no sexual tension no more, but they need to cohabitate. cohabitate. Yeah, if you cohabitate, it's because they can't survive without each other. So certain people, you live in the same house, but you're not together. You're together, but you're not together. So I was thinking, oh, I wonder how the rent's getting paid. So anyway, boom. So, like I said, 30 days gone by, innit? I noticed the car's not been there, innit? So I'm like, oh, they're probably on a breakup. You know, things happen and that's cool. So anyway, so today, about 10 minutes before I was leaving, and this is what I'm saying, yeah, this is how of an observant person I am. Even the way the woman parks on the drive can fit 2 cars. Even the way this woman parks on the drive, she parks in the middle, like taking up 2 spaces. It's her drive, she can do what she wants. What I'm saying is, it just lets me know that she's not expecting no one else to be parking on that drive, knowing that, yeah, that guy ain't coming back for a while, just the way she parks that car. Because if you have a drive that can fit 2 cars and you and your partner have a car each, when you park your car on a drive, you park to one side so the other person can always park there. She's parking pretty much in the middle. So I know she's not anticipating anyone parking on that drive, certainly not my man. So anyway, I start loading up my car. And yeah, I'm putting some stuff in, taking some stuff out, whatever. So anyway, this car pulls up outside my house. So one guy gets out, get me, go a bit of weight on him. Yeah, got a bit of weight on him and that. He looking kind of fresh, like he just had a haircut and that. Boom. I said, big man, how long are you gonna park there? Because I don't like no one parking outside my house. He's like, oh, I'm just gonna be 5 minutes. I was like, yeah, cool. So anyway, so he's on the driver's side. Then he walks around to the passenger side, which is close to me. He gets something out of the car. So anyway, so like I said, I'm going in and out. I don't know who this guy is always going. I can tell where he's probably going to go because of, you know, his ethnic group. Yeah. So I can tell where he's going to go, but I don't know what he's here for. So anyway, as I'm going in and out of the house, taking stuff out of the car, putting stuff in the car, I see him with a bunch of roses in his hand. I'm like, is this guy fucking for real? Like, yo, these people are still doing this, you know, like, man are pulling up to people's houses with fucking roses in their hand and that. So I was like, he's standing outside that woman's house with roses in his hand. I'm like, no way. No way is this guy taking this woman out on a date. And do you know what, yeah? It's not that she's going out on a date. That's cool. But I think it's actually disrespectful that she's actually got a next man to come to her house to pick her up, to take her out on a date. Now, earlier, when I first started speaking, I said the man of the house. But I referred to the woman as the mum of the house because there's children. Remember before I told one of the parents, when I move in, there's going to be some fucking changes around it because the little kids are playing football outside, isn't it? So I know she's the mum, but I assume that the guy is the dad. But now thinking about it, the guy is the dad because I remember there was one mixed race woman that went to that house to take the little boy to have a little party or something like that. So if he wasn't the dad and he was just the woman's boyfriend, well, why the fuck's the mixed race woman asking him? She would ask the woman for permission to take the little boy. So I'm saying, I read into things like that. Anyway, so I will say that that's probably the dad of the house. And I was thinking, that's very disrespectful, you know. Like, yo, if a woman wants to go out on a date, even a month after a breakup, because women will go out on dates with no intentions of opening up, yeah, just to take her mind off a guy. That's cool. But you make the man pick you up around the corner. Remember, this woman drives. She could have easily have just drove 2 seconds around the corner and said, meet me here. No, she wanted the guy to come to the door to pick her up. And maybe, I don't know, some other neighbor that's in contact with my man will start snitching and say, oh, I saw this guy pull up in I mean, it's not a nice car, it's a Mini Cooper. The car's looking fresh though, still. Fresh red Mini Cooper, and I know that I would buy a Mini Cooper, but it's better than my car, Yeah, this guy came in a Mini Cooper, you know, looking suited and booted, fresh haircut, looks like he'll whoop your ass and that. Yeah, he would, that new guy would have smacked up the existing, the previous guy for real. He would have beat him up still. Yeah, he came and he took her out on a date and that. And I was thinking, that is very disrespectful, you know, like, yo, if you want to go out on a date, that's cool, but just meet the guy around the corner. No, she made him come to the front door. And that was deliberate because Obviously, I don't know how this woman knows this guy. She probably knows, she might know him previously, or she might have just found him on a dating website. But he still don't need to know where you fucking live. She done that deliberately. Done that deliberately. No fucking respect, boy. No respect. I said roadman electrician. No, I'm not. I'm not the roadman electrician. There's actually a youth. He calls himself the roadman electrician. I mean, I don't. He don't really come across like he was on road, but maybe. Have any of your tenants seen your content? Yeah, yeah. One of my tenants follows me still. I'm just sipping. I'm just sipping through these comments quickly. Do you plan on getting 5 wives? I mean, if I could, yeah, I would have minimum 2 women like living in my house, like 2 30, like not side things and shit like that. No, 2 proper women and that. Yeah, because I could look after them. I got enough money. I got enough money, man. I could. A woman could fucking lose her job and have no money, not a penny to her name, and she'll still be able to live. No problem. No problem. Now, you ain't gonna be living no fantastic lifestyle at the moment with my current finances, because I'm not going to be breaking off £1,000 a month for you to go and spunk the money in that. Yeah. If I ain't spunking money, you ain't spunking no money. But what I'm saying is, there will always be electricity on, there will always be food in the fridge, the heating will always be on. Yeah. So there will be fresh running water, yeah, all the time. Yeah. So you can live. Yeah, you ain't gonna suffer. It's just you ain't gonna have no money to spend like that. Why don't you ever go? Why don't I ever see you go gym or work out? You'd be unstoppable. I mean, I don't do this gym thing. I can't be bothered to. I just go running, man, every other day. So I got running tomorrow. Fuck running, man. Yeah. So yeah. So just before I was doing this live stream, I was obviously of lately, you lot might have heard me say when I do my paperwork, I will do a reaction video. But I wouldn't have been able to get through the reaction video and do the paperwork and then start this live stream at like 8:30. That's the kind of time I want to start. So I was like, I ain't gonna bother do no reaction video whilst I'm doing my paperwork. So something just popped up on my feed. You know them idiots that stand around London nightlife, Manchester nightlife. So I saw one in it. There's a couple girls in it. So I was like, fuck it, let's put that on. I ain't watching it because I'm pretty much got my head down, but I'm just looking at every 2 seconds. So anyway, I clicked on it and I was like, fuck this. But then I saw another one. It was Monaco nightlife. Lamborghinis, Rolls Royces, Bentleys, and that. I was like, you know what? I'd rather put that on. Let me see some cars. Let me be inspired, and instead of seeing some broadcast people that can only afford to go out on the last Friday of the month because they got fucking paid. So anyway, so boom, I clicked that, and you can really tell the women there are of a much higher caliber. Like, there's a lot more older looking women as well. Not old. But what I'm saying, when you watch like London nightlife or Manchester nightlife or whatever and that, it's a lot of young girls, 23 and 24. If you ever see like Monaco nightlife with the Lamborghinis, there's a lot of women out and that. A lot of them are 30s and 35s and that. So more older women. But they just ooze a different caliber. Obviously, don't get it twisted. There's a lot of fillers and a lot of plastic surgery and that. I mean, BBLs to the bare minimum and that. There ain't no chicks that look like me. I saw one black woman, yeah, I don't even know who she was with. I saw a next black man as well, but he was on his own, just sitting down. And I was thinking to myself, you know what, yeah? This would be the best, this would be the only time it would be acceptable to be like a passport bro when you're going to Monaco to look for gal. But at the same time, you wouldn't even be a passport bro because them people there that go to Monaco, they're not even from Monaco. They come from all over, and I heard a few English accents and that, but you get people from all over. I'm seeing chicks that look Iranian, Italian and that. It's Monaco, you know, it will attract a certain set of people from all over and that. And I was thinking to myself, yeah, these are the types of girls. If you're a fucking lorry driver or you work in Asda or you're a man that ain't got your life in order, you ain't got your life on point, them girls there, you may as well be speaking Martian to them. And that's the way it's supposed to fucking be. Literally, last night, I was taking a piss. And I was thinking to myself, I'm a complete man. Yeah? I represent 1.0. I'm a complete man. These chicks out here will date guys who are incomplete men. So they represent 0.5. They're half men. And I was thinking to myself, imagine me dating a chick who her previous boyfriends and exes were lorry drivers, man work at Asda and do bullshit ass jobs, in and out of prison, just on dumbness and that. Imagine me dating a chick who used to date those guys who represent half. Them man, they are 0.5s and that. I'm a 1. I'm double. So hold on a minute. I'm paying double for this chick. Think about it. Imagine me with 5 properties, an accomplished man to some degree. Imagine me getting the same caliber of woman that a guy who doesn't have his life in order, doesn't know if he's coming or going, still living at his mom's house, no fixed abode. Imagine me dating the same caliber of chick that he can date. No, man, I'm getting a bad deal there. That's like you going into the shop and paying £2 for a can of Coke, but everyone else has to pay £1. No, man, I'm getting ripped off. I'd be getting ripped off. Yeah, man, there's a certain caliber of women, yeah, that man should be striving to date and that. This tea's fucking gone cold, man. How much you make off TikTok? I don't make no money off TikTok yet, man. I have to get to 10,000. Right. When you gonna start spending money? I spend money every day. I spend money every day by putting my heating on and not giving a fuck. That's how I spend money. I live very ultra comfortable. I said, big up Jay Wise. Just violating me there. Hey, you're violating yourself, man. So, I said, I'm from France. Monaco is different. Yeah, obviously. Obviously. Trust me, I've seen Paris. I've seen the ghettos in Paris. I'm like, yo, I'm sure even back in the 90s, Peckham didn't look like this. Yeah? Yo, I've seen them ghettos in France, boy. I'm like, yo, I'd love in Paris. I'd love to know, yeah, like the equivalent of like Tottenham and Peckham and Hackney in Paris. Like, are them man they're active? Because them Paris man, they're active still. They got bare Africans over there and that. So I know by default they're active, but I'd love to know like how active them man they are. Like, I'd love to know like in other parts of like Europe and that, like are them man they're active? Because the Somalians in Stockholm and that, apparently they're quite active and that. But yeah, the way I see the ghettos in Paris, I'm like, yo, this is like, yo, they don't even have this in London nowhere. Maybe back in the day, them estates, Haygate or the Ferrier estate that got lit down and that, maybe Stonebridge estate, maybe. But yeah. No, man said the rudest guy on TikTok underrated. Come on. He said Paris is serious. Jay Waz, are you going to ever do a tour of these 5 properties? I mean, there's a video on my on this account of my TikTok account and that where I'm going around 4 of my properties. And then, I mean, I've done a tour of my 5th property and that. Like, come on, man. But I'd love to try and doubt the success. But the reason why people doubt other people's success is because they don't believe they can achieve that. I promise you, if I spoke to other people like Samuel Leeds, Ahmed Khan, Rob Moore, or that property by Kazi you, and I said I've got 5 properties, they'll be like, nothing. They will believe if I said, yeah, I'm gonna have 10 properties in the next 2 years, I'm on property number 5. They won't care. They'll be like, yeah, it is possible. I've done 4 properties in a year. They've done more than that in a year. But when you can't see yourself achieving it, you're not gonna think it's achievable. If I told Alan Sugar, like, yeah, I'm starting this new business and that, or whatever, or I've made a meal off of this business and that, he'll believe, like, yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's been there, done that. But yeah, man, when you ain't achieved it yourself, or you don't think you can't foresee this achievement, you think it's not real. You think, nah, no way. Like if I told you that there's bankers right now on a basic salary of 150 grand a year, and they get the equivalent in bonuses per year, you'll be like, no fucking way. Who the fuck can get a bonus of 150 grand dropped into their account? You won't believe it. Because you look at your dead salary of £1,752.56 a month, and you're like, well, this is shit. There's no way anyone else could be earning more money than that. There's so much money that people are earning right now. What time is it? It's almost 8:59, 9 o'clock. Right now, there's some rich guys finishing up their meal, maybe gonna go to a bar around the corner. What is it, Wednesday evening? Go to a bar around the corner. You see, rich people, they go out and they party during the day, like during the week. Yeah, partying on the weekends for the broke people. The rich people party during the week. There's some rich guys right now, yeah, thinking, all right, let's go to another bar. Let's go to a bar around the corner after they finish their meal. And they've just paid 2 grand for a meal. Nothing. Nothing. How much profit do you make per month per property? Not that much, you know, like £200-300 a month, because the interest rates have gone up. So basically, my first flat that I had, the interest rate went up, and I think I'm paying like £300 something a month for the mortgage. Obviously, that's not a lot of money. But what I'm saying is, when I first got the property, the mortgage was £106 a month. Yo, I had 2 storage units with 2 vending machines in them. Yeah? I was paying about £150 a month for the 2 storage units. I'm like, yo, how the fuck can a flat be less in mortgage, which is the same as rent? So let's say the rent for the flat is £106 a month, but I'm renting out 2 storage units that ain't even the size of a bedroom put together, and that's costing me £150. But the interest rates went up, so I had to pay like 300 and something pound a month now. Hey, that you there, what's his name? Just Cuz UK. He's one of my haters, then, but I'm slowly converting him to a supporter. What are you saying? What are you still on a spectrum? Yeah. 0 means you're a hater and you're not a supporter, and 10 means like, yo, ride or die. Like, yeah, Jay Wise can't say or do nothing wrong. What are you rating? Like, what number are you? But this is how I work. Like, man need numbers. So 0 is a straight hater. I don't want to hear what the fuck this guy's got to say. -9, you know, come on, man. Come on. If you truly was a hater, you wouldn't even be in the street. You know what I mean? Man said full-time hating. Yeah, man said spread the wisdom. So yeah, I'll say you're a solid 7, 8, definitely. Man said seems like you're getting money now. Same position. Well, obviously, moving forward, but what I'm saying is my life has dramatically changed or nothing like that. I said dumbest business model is property. Look, property, yeah, you're not gonna make money overnight. You're not gonna get rich in a year. This is like, you know, obviously long-term investment and that. Oh, someone wants a story time. Do you know what? I had a story in mind, yeah, but it was about someone else, but I forgot, like, because I think like when I was running the day before yesterday or whatever, innit, I was like, you know, I should tell them about this story, but it wasn't even about me. Do you know what? This youth's name keeps popping up in my head, so fuck it. I'll tell the story. Just give me 10 minutes. But basically, what happened was, yeah, one youth battered me up, and then I turned into a madman because of it. But yeah. Right. Job interviews with Darren said, I know what you mean. My interest rate went from around 3.6 to 6.49. Yeah. Yeah. Look, what's this? Kane or something like that. Look, I don't mind you being a hater and that, but you can't keep spamming the chat. I was gonna have to block you, you know. I don't mind. Look, haters can come and they can even drop little disses and say what they want here and there. That's cool. But if I keep seeing your name like this, I'm just gonna have to block you in it. Like, you can hate, just don't leave too much hate in comments. Let some other people say some other stuff. Yeah, they drop a little hate one. Yeah, little hate here and there, you know. I don't want this to be some amen, yes, JY, whatever JY says, sort of live streaming. I don't want a little bit of pushback at that, but you can't keep spamming, and it just cool off. Take a minute off, man. Take a break. Take a Kit Kat, rude boy. And that's the thing. Some people, you say one thing, blood, they get your ass out of that live stream pronto. One chick, she was talking about, waste men this, these guys are waste men and that. I mean, the way this girl looks, how can you look like this and expect to get a top tier, high caliber of man? Your default companion is a fool. So what the fuck do you expect? So anyway, this chick was talking about all these waste men, you know, they get you pregnant and then they leave you and that. So I just left a comment. Women need to start picking the right men. Next thing you know, the live stream had just disappeared. It just went on to the next live stream. And I was like, what the fuck? I must have told Nadia, yo, type in this girl's thing just to see. I'm like, no way did this girl block me from the live stream. The girl's live stream's working, but I can't see it. I'm like, right, the girl actually blocked me. I didn't leave, because I don't leave no hating ass comments. What I'm saying is, I just said, yo, women need to start picking the right men and then they won't be single mothers and that. Block, get your ass out of there. So anyway, I don't need to block people because I'm so, like, self-confident and that. Like, whatever you say, ever seen the film Superman where they shoot at him and it deflects? That's me. It don't matter. You can say what you want. Don't care. You can't say what you want to my face because I'll move to you. But off camera, like on camera, you can say what you want. Yeah. But to my face, nah. You know, you're not gonna disrespect me. And then that leads to the title of the stream. Self-hypnosis is real. If you believe in yourself, if you tell yourself and you look in the mirror, I'm going to be successful, the color of my skin doesn't matter and that, guess what? So long as you're willing to put in the work, stay dedicated to the task, you're going to be successful. But if you look in the mirror and you're like people that look like myself and say, oh, the white man is holding me back. Things are harder for me because I'm this skin color. The sky's the limit, but there's a glass ceiling. Oh, I can only get so far. Where the fuck do you think you're going to end up? That's self-hypnosis. You're hypnotizing yourself to be a loser. You're hypnotizing yourself to have a defeatist mindset. You're hypnotizing yourself to have a victim mindset. So someone say, when you're going to do a story time about the fight at home bargains? Next stream. This stream, I'm going to talk about something else. Someone said, what age is too late? What are you talking about? What's your previous? Someone said, people hate the truth nowadays. That's why, yeah, man. Jay Wise, I seen you on Damage. Oh, yeah, you're the one that was like, oh, get him on, get him on. Yeah. I wouldn't have joined anyway, man. Yeah, I wouldn't have joined, but one thing I've noticed as well, yeah. So you lot have heard me say of lately, like a few times, like, you know, women want a problematic man because they want something and someone to fix because they're taking their eyes off the ball. You know, they should be putting that energy into fixing themselves and that. Because, yo, if you're struggling to heat your house and that, yo, you got bigger problems than trying to fix someone else and that. But you know what? Yeah, this is just beyond women. This is people in general. Now, no disrespect to him. No disrespect to him. But press 1 if you know who Zonji is. Zonji. The guy with the dreadlocks. Yeah, press 1 if you know who Zonji is. Yeah, man say 1. As you know already, yeah, I'm not saying anything that's not public knowledge. Zonji is a homeless guy. Yeah. Now, he's on a live stream and people are saying, oh, yeah, this is what you can do to get out of being homeless, this, that, whatever, innit? Some woman pulled up to where he was to be on camera. Like, she's acting like she's going there to help him out and that, or whatever, innit? She's talking to him through the car. Like, she's pulled up in her car. She's in the driver's seat and she's talking to him through the window and that. Windows down, obviously. And I think to myself, this woman's acting like she's come to help him. When really, she's just probably come to be on fucking camera. Because who the fuck drives to help someone out who's homeless, but is talking to them through the car window? Bruv, you get out. The fuck? She's just doing that to be on camera and that. And I think to myself, this guy's homeless. And he's been homeless for a very long time. Why are you not wasting your time and energy on this guy when you are not in a good financial position? I know you're not. Because people who are in a good financial position, they ain't got time to be on every fucking live stream trying to help some homeless guy that is more than capable of helping himself. And that's the thing. I was thinking to myself, people would rather put their time and energy into someone else as opposed to putting it into themselves or their children. It's like they want problems. They want there to be black oppression. They want to have people around them that are not quite, you know, at the stage of life that they're supposed to be at so that they can help them. And really, they're supposed to be putting that energy and time into themselves. Just taking their eyes off the ball, man. Big up Darren with the super chat. Come on, respect. But yeah, man. What's his app? His app's just Zonji. That's it. Zonji. This one, I think apparently he's Jamaican. Like from Jamaica. I don't know how long he's been over here. He's like 40-something years old. Yeah, some homeless guy and that. But yeah, he's just like fam, you got. If your life ain't where it's supposed to be, unless someone is dying, unless someone is in a really bad state, unless they're like obviously your family, like your immediate family, like your brother and sister, now, brother, you shouldn't be helping out no one. He's not Jamaican, so where's he from then? Because I heard he was Jamaican. I mean, he don't sound it. Where's he from? Because he's not English born. He's got like he's got a bit of a strange accent. I don't think he's English. I think he is Jamaican. And I said Sri Lanka, you know, he's from Sri Lanka. But yeah. That's the thing. The reason why these people want to help other people is they know that you can't really lose. You know, if you try to start up a business and that, you can fail. But if you try to help someone else and it don't quite go to plan and that, you don't really feel like a loser. You don't really feel like you've lost. This is why these guys want to play video games and that. Because no matter what happens, you can always press the reset button. In life, if you try businesses, you try some new endeavor, you try some new venture, if you fail, it can sting. You can lose a lot of money. You could potentially get embarrassed. You could be unemployable. Right now, I'm unemployable. You think fucking Goldman and Sachs? You think fucking Matthews and Squires? You think these corporate companies will want to employ me with my content? Oh, I'm unemployable right now. Oh, I'll mark myself out for the rest of the time, boy. But yeah, this is why these people want to play video games and that, because no matter how many times you lose, you get another retry. You can keep retrying. I don't know any PlayStation games where if you've lost 50 times, they say, right, that's a I lost, it's fuck off. And the PlayStation switches itself off and unplugs itself from the socket in the wall. So you can keep going. You can keep trying. You can keep trying. Someone said unemployable, like question mark. Yeah, because think about it this way, yeah? Look at my content. Look how I speak. Very unfiltered in that. Would you want me representing your law firm? If I still worked at home to Haringey Council, if I was making these videos, I would have been gone. Gone. Them motherfuckers there in HR, they need a fucking slap. In 2014, I just set up a limited company. They was trying to say, oh, you know, you shouldn't be setting up a limited. What the fuck's it got to do with you, blood? Well, somehow, blood. They're just too inner. So the fact that they would have a problem with a limited company, they ain't gonna want someone representing the council with some mad content. The thing is, the content ain't even mad. This is just what people need to hear. Was it a written policy? What do you mean, not being able to start a limited company? I mean, I never looked into it, like to see whether, you know, Haringey Council employees are allowed to have limited companies and that. Because in my head, as a normal, rational human being, I'm thinking, well, what the fuck I do on the weekend ain't got nothing to do with you, unless I'm committing some mad crimes. If I just start a little limited company, I'm not really killing anyone, am I? That's the thing. People just want to be up in your business, man. It's true that I'm self-employed, however, it can be a threat to employers. Yeah. Man said, you had a job? Disrespect, you know. I have a job now, man. Where did you study engineering? At the London College. It was in Notting Hill, but it's gone now. So the London College was a part of the University of Derby. So when you get your accreditations, it says University of Derby on it. But I didn't go to the University of Derby. It was just like a little campus that basically runs under the University of Derby. Like basically somewhere around Canary Wharf, they've got Leicester University near Canary Wharf. I've seen the sign for it. There's like a building. That's not Leicester University, but it's a campus of Leicester University. So when you complete your course, your degree in that, it's gonna say Leicester University, but you went to some place that was in fucking London. Like, even when I was in prison, they were telling me. So basically, when I was in prison, I done like a hygiene course, and my accreditation was with Kensington and Chelsea College, just like a normal college. I never went no fucking Kensington and Chelsea College. I don't know where the fuck that was. I've done it from in fucking inside HMP ISIS in 2011 when I was 18 years old. But on the certificate, it says food hygiene level 1, Kensington and Chelsea College. I never fucking went there. The guy was telling me they got like universities have got campuses in different countries. Like there's people right now in the Philippines or Indonesia, one of the two, he said, that are studying, and when they pass their degree, they've got a university bachelor's from Middlesex University. They've never even fucking been to England before. Oh yeah. So this person's Jerry Kazi said, well done to you. Yeah, respect. How long were you in prison for, and what for? Just 2 months, round about the time of the London riots. So I wasn't on road for that, unfortunately. I missed out on the fun and that. Just some perverting the course of justice nonsense and that. I wouldn't have an ex-convict as my landlord. I mean, I hear what you're saying. You wouldn't want to have an ex-convict as your landlord, but if you speak to my tenants, they'll be like, Jay is the best fucking landlord ever. When we phone Jay and there's a problem, he comes. Not, oh, I'll be there in 2-3 days. It's an emergency. No, active. Yeah. Like my tenant has phoned me before. Like basically, I've got a report. Oh, there's a leak coming through my flat into the flat below and that. So anyway, started phoning my tenants and that. Anyway, I started making my way down there, and one of the tenants said, "Yeah, he's here. He's taking pictures." And I said, "Don't worry, I'm still coming down." He's like, "Oh, you come if you want and that." Yeah, I'm not just gonna be like, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's cool." Nah. Would you rent to an ex-convict? Be honest. Yeah, blood. Listen, all I care about is you pay the fucking rent. Yeah, that's it. I don't give a fuck. One guy came to my house one time, come to the flat to view. He said, "Yeah, listen, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I was in prison for a little while, a few years back, and I didn't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck, man." And what's the difference? Yeah, like that's the thing. People are like, "Oh, you've been to prison and that." Blood, prison is a punishment. You are still a criminal. So hold on a minute. Would you rather employ someone who has done the same crime but never gone to prison, or done the crime and been to prison for a year? It's the same thing. They're still a thief. They're still a tax evader. They're still a fraudster. They're still a drug dealer. Okay, they didn't go to prison. They got suspended sentence and 1,000 hours in community service. They're still a criminal. Why is there such a stigma attached around going to prison? I said it came, relax yourself, you know. How do you become an electrician? You have to go to college and study electrical installation. They just may be more unreliable. I mean, I've been to prison. I've got 5 properties. I'm fucking reliable. None of my mortgage lenders have ever had to say, "Yo, Jay, you owe us this money." No. So just down to individual, man. Jay White's the hood landlord who message is gone. Rock you up when you go in rent arrears. I mean, I ain't had no one not pay the rent. It's not happened yet. I had one guy, yeah, he told me like a week in advance. I ain't got no, well, I'm only gonna be able to pay you 5 days late. He gave me notice. I didn't have to chase him. I've never had no one not pay their rent. Never. Man's been doing this 7 years on and off and that. I've had 150 months worth of rent being paid. So for example, imagine I'm renting out 3 rooms in this house. if I rent out 3 rooms in this house for 3 months, that's not 3 months rent. That's 9 months rent. 3 people times the 3 months, that's 9. So I've had 150 months worth of rent. I'm just throwing a number out there that I know I've hit before. No one's never not paid the rent. I remember I was talking to one tenant, and she was like, "Oh, you actually you're quite lucky because I know a guy, and he said he's always having problems with his tenants not paying rent." And I was thinking, "Yeah, he ain't fucking me. That's why. Why for that? Why for that, boy? I don't know if you lot caught that, boy. Boy, why for that?" Yeah, and I don't even like using other people's terms and words and shit, but yeah, I had to drop that one there. Bro. What's the requirement to remortgage your property? Well, basically, you have to leave like 25%, but basically, you need to make sure the property's gone up in value. If you want to remortgage it in terms of pull out equity and that, you have to leave 25% in the property. Let me just find out something. I said timestamp. No, it's not a timestamp. No. But that means you've been watching the previous streams and that. Now, you know what? I tried that, and I think it's just better if I just watch the videos and then cut them up as they come rather than skipping and going to timestamps and that, because they weren't working out properly. You have to be making a certain amount, or is the rent from the property enough? Yeah, no. It's not. It's got nothing to do with how much you rent. It's got nothing to do with how much you rent. Yeah, so the rent is enough. Yeah. What's your opinion on Islamic halal mortgage since traditional mortgage is run with interest? I mean, if you really, obviously, everyone should strive to get on a property ladder and that. I mean, if that's the position that you're put in, that's what you got to do. What are you going to do? Rent for the rest of your entire life? So, yeah, you got to do it. I mean, I can't really have an opinion on something when that's your only option. It's either you do it or you don't. There's no point in me having an opinion on something where it's either a yes or a no. It's got to be done. There is no. You got to do the halal mortgage. What's the point of paying rent? Can't pay rent. But then, right. So this is a question for any of my Muslim brothers in the street. So you're not allowed to pay interest on anything, cars, mortgages, whatever. And that, yeah? So does it go the same for, let's say you're a landlord, or let's say you've got some sort of product that you're selling or whatever and that. Are you allowed to add extra on top? Like, do you understand? Like reverse interest? Like, are you allowed to charge people interest? How does that work? All right, let's say, for example, boom. Let's say you're a Muslim and your non-Muslim friend, it's a Christian or a non-believer, he asks you for £1,000 and he says, borrow me £1,000 and I'll pay you back 1,500. Are you allowed to accept that 1,500, or can he only pay you back £1,000? So does the interest work the other way? Are you allowed to make interest on other people's money? Yeah, I know you're saying you don't do interest and that. I'm talking, yeah, that's you. You're talking about you paying interest. You're not allowed to pay interest. I understand. What I'm saying is, if you lent someone £1,000 and they offered to pay you back 1,200, are you allowed to accept that extra 200? You're saying it's not allowed. Okay. Okay. That's good then. because it's not just one rule for one and then the next rule for another. Yeah, I respect that. Okay, it works both ways and that. But what if, like, obviously, I'm going a bit too deep now. Innit? Imagine you pay a man, you lend a man £1,000. They say, I'll pay you back in 3 years. Well, that £1,000 in 3 years is not actually worth £1,000. Now it's probably worth £962. Yeah. Does Islam account for inflation and that? How does that work? Jay Wise, inshallah, you have a TV show on ITV, teach people how to budget and live. Yeah. Jay Wise TV, come on, man. I'd slap him and get my peas back. Man said, "Nah, you diving well too deep." Hey, I'm a deep man, Should have called myself J Deeps. So this Ryan Killier, something like that. Big up, man. Said big up, Jay. Oh, sorry, Big J, yeah. I said why for that. It's about principle, okay? There's consistency. I'll give it to charity. Pay rent to make guys like JYS rich. What's your opinion? Oh, okay, that's done. What car do you recommend for a first-time driver? Just get a little Vauxhall Corsa, a little Fiesta. Just pay no more than 1,500. You don't want to be too cheap where every time you start the engine, there's some new problem. 1,500, drive that car for 5 years. Boom, bam. Don't worry about looking a certain way. Girls date broke guys, so you don't need money to get girls. Girls date waste men, so you don't need to be worried about impressing a girl or anything like that. They have no standards. Oh, it will go with the Montclair, I say, bro, I want the Merc. It will go with the Montclair. How's my outfit? 4K, and I'm hopping in a Honda. Yeah, for real. I'm 19. I'm opening a new burger shop in Edmonton. Come try it. Yeah, where? I bet this youth's Turkish. And Turkish youths there. Let me see this. I bet this youth's Turkish. Them man, they love starting businesses. Oh shoot! Don't accept the invite. That was a mistake. Set the games backwards. Man like JYS, how you doing this evening? Yeah, man, I'm good, man. Yo, when you had your first property, where was you living at home? Yeah, I was living at my mum's. Yeah, I was living at my mum's house. What do you think of commission-based sales? I mean, they can pay a lot, man. Obviously, you're incentivized to, get up and grind and that. So, yeah. I mean, there's people out here making some serious money, man. 10 grand a month in sales. Their basic salary is shit, 17, 20 grand, but they're making 10 grand a month. Yeah, in sales commission. That's something to get up and grind for. What to do if you just inherited $500,000? I mean, you know what I'll do? I'll just go and buy like 9 properties or something, 10 properties. Got the down payment already, bro. Is this the same person that said Hold on, is this the same person that's... Hold on. One sec. These comments just keep this... I can't see where this comment's gone anyway, but yeah. Oh, my man said, he's Albanian. For Market Parade. So is it... Oh, okay, so is it one of them little... The market shutter things? Yeah, I might have to pass by still. Next time I'm down. It won't be this weekend, it'll be next weekend. I'll be down. Because yeah, I got work to do up here, man. I got to fucking finish off this house now, man. It's taking way too long. Been sitting on this yard for almost like 6 months. But that's the thing. When you got money, you can afford to have an empty house that you're paying £700 in mortgage on and it's doing nothing. When you ain't got no money, you ain't got £700 to throw out a property that's empty. You ain't even got £700 to fucking put food on the table. I said, nah, bro, proper shot. So where is it then? Market Parade. What the fuck's Market Parade? Is it inside Everton Green, you're saying, yeah? And I said, please record JY's eating a burger. Obviously, if I come in there to get a burger and that, you make sure you shout me like, oh yeah, I see your live stream. Because I ain't gonna be, oh, you the one that... No. So if I go in there, so it's 2, 3. So what road is it on then? I've never heard of no road called Market Parade. Do you think it's risky not paying tax as a tradesman? I mean, I don't know. I pay my tax. Yeah, my accountant does all my taxes and that. Like, yeah, man, don't. If you're trying to avoid paying tax your whole life, then you're probably not aspiring to be rich, man. Like, yo, taxes are part of life, man. The caravan on the roundabout. Okay. So the caravan that's on the Hertford Road instead of Church Street. Wait, hold on. There's no caravan on no roundabout. There's no caravan on no roundabout on the Hertford Road. What am I talking about? It's on the corner. Oh, let me check this thing. Hold on. Was it N99HF, yeah? It says Winchester Road. I know Winchester Road. I used to walk down that road to go to school. I used to go to a school called Churchfield. Right, so I know where that is. Okay. What the fuck is it? Okay. So what you... okay. It's the black one, yeah? I see it on Google Maps still. Yeah, basically, I used to go to a barber shop that was along there, you know. This was years ago. You would have been born, but you would have been young. To be fair, though, that barber shop was there before you was born, I think, though, you know. Yeah, I remember going there when I was like... Oh, wait, hold on. If you're 19, that means you was born in 2005. Yeah, I remember going there when I was like 12, 13 years old. So yeah, it would have been before you was born. Shit. Okay. Yeah, if I do go in there, yeah, make sure you shout me like, yo, I see, because I don't know what the fuck you look like. And I ain't gonna go, oh, are you the person from the TikTok? Nah. Just don't put no rat poison in the food, yeah? I didn't know they classed that as market parade. Have to be delusional to achieve your dream. Yeah, it's not really delusional, but it's delusional to the average person. But yeah, there's no roundabout where the curve is. Yeah, there's no roundabout. Big up, man. Like, no shit. This is one of my old school friends. It's an intelligent man telling me. He's gonna do judge on the food to make you lose your properties. God forbid. Do you know anyone from our school? Yeah, couple man. Now, I might not have got along on with them, but yeah, I know a couple man from ours still. What's your total property goal and will you retire or always work? I mean, you know, when I say retire, I just mean I don't have to actually have a job. So like I call it financial freedom then, innit? When you don't have to get up and go to an employment place of employment. But yeah, I won't just be sitting down doing nothing. Nah, man, I'll be working on something, even if it's just social media. Yeah, I'll be getting up and doing stuff. What's your opinion on buying property in Africa? I mean, it's up to you. Obviously, I've got one in Egypt that I still ain't been to. But yeah, it's up to you if you want to do that. You feel like you can make some money off of it or be a good long-term investment, then yeah, do that. But can you please explain how you was able to acquire your second property? So, you know, when I was at that infamous Holborn job, I just saved up too much money. Plus, obviously, I had money saved up before. And when you're working fucking 70 hours a week, you ain't got no time to spend no money. So man must have saved up like 25 grand or something like that. Some crazy money or whatever in it. Yeah. Was able to just buy an next property. What are the head stresses of property though? One thing I wouldn't even say it's a stress in that, but it's like, you know, that constant revolving door. Like, you're not really gonna get people that are gonna go there and sit down for 2 years and that. But yeah, there aren't that much stresses in that. Maybe you got to deal with complaints. Oh, there's a leak from your flat which is upstairs affecting the ground floor council flat. They want you to go and sort it out straight away, but then the council don't deal with issues in their own properties straight away. Mate, I've smoked all my brain cells already, mate. Do you know what I thought of the other day, Anthony? I thought of Umut, you know, just randomly. I think it's because I was riding my motorbike past his house or something. Yeah, man. Big up Uma. Remember, I used to go chill around his house, but have you got have you got any property? Got a property up north near Manchester or Leeds or Yorkshire? Nah, just in this Northampton area. No other properties anywhere else. So all the properties that I've got, they're all in the area that I live in. So obviously it's easy to deal with maintenance and any other issues and that. You know, recruiting well, you know, finding new tenants and that's easy. But once I move out of Northampton, yeah, that would be a bit more challenging than that. Property in Bradford, Leeds, Yorkshire, cheapest chips. Yeah, but you know, if you live up there, then it is what it is, isn't it? Buy properties up there, innit? But what I'm saying is, it's cheap and there ain't gonna be that much growth. That's the thing with London. It's expensive, but you get the growth. Northampton isn't as expensive, but there isn't as much growth. Like Northampton is almost like the perfect area to kind of invest in properties and that. The properties are of a decent value, you know, they're acquirable, but they're not too expensive, and they also go up in value, okay, like at a decent rate. So yeah, if you ain't no mega rich person or anything like that, then yeah, man, Northampton. Like, how the fuck there's people with full-time jobs that don't even have a one-bed flat? Like, how the fuck can you not afford a one-bed flat in Northampton and you're on an okay salary? Like, even 25 grand a year. Blood, a one-bed flat in Northampton is 130 grand, yeah? So 10% of that is 13,000. You can't afford to put down a 10% deposit. Your salary is so low that, let's say you put down a 10% deposit of 130,000, which is 117,000 you're borrowing from the bank, because 130 minus 13,000 is 117,000. Your salary is so shit that if they multiply your salary by 5 or 4.5, you can't reach 117, call it 120. I remember I met some woman and she was like, my son, this is in Northampton on one of these council jobs. My son, he's moved up to like Newcastle or somewhere up in the north somewhere. She was like, he couldn't afford to buy a property in Northampton, so he's gone far up north to buy it because, like this person said, it's cheap as chips. So I was thinking, how can he not afford to buy look, if you can't afford to buy a house because the house is 200 grand, maybe. But if you can't afford to buy a flat in Northampton, flats, these times they were 125 grand, 130 grand. The fuck you spending your money on and that? Like, how shit is your salary? Then she went on to say, yeah, my son, he drives one of the top of the range A-class Mercedes. So I was like, it must be that A45 A-class Mercedes. I'm like, well, that's why he can't fucking afford to buy a property in Northampton, which is a relatively cheap price. Like, yeah, it's affordable. She was like, yeah, he loves all that designer gear, designer clothes and that. Well, this is the fucking problem. So because you didn't know how to delay gratification, because you wanted to live this pretentious lifestyle and live above your means and try to look like a celebrity, when on the scale, you're actually a peasant, technically. Now you can't even remain in the area that you grew up in, you have lots of friends in, which is affordable. Because I grew up in Edmonton, got people around there, but it's not affordable because of how inflated London house prices are. But Northampton house prices are not inflated. Do you know what? Northampton house prices are almost like the best sort of like reflection, or is how it's kind of how it's supposed to be. You know, like before, yeah, like a house was like 3 times someone's salary, and that actually no, it's still even a bit more, you know. Yeah, it's a bit more, yeah. Because I heard back in the day a house was only like 3 times someone's salary. Now a house is like fucking 10 times someone's salary. the average house. And I think, let's say, I think the average house price is like 240, and let's say the average salary is like 200 and the average salary is like 30 grand. So basically, 8 times 30 is 240. So yeah, it's like 8 times the amount. Yeah, that's too much, man. That means that you could have 2 people on an average salary of 30 grand each. And yeah, even in London, 2 people on an average salary of 30 grand couldn't even afford to buy a property in London, because the house price is like 600 grand, like in fucking Tottenham, blood. What about investing in S&P over property? I don't know about S&P. I heard, you know, people make a little bit of money from it. I don't know. Big up AMS, he talks about S&P 500, but yeah, I don't really know about no S&P 500. Yeah, it's a long-term thing. Yeah, as with anything, long-term, man. It's got to be long-term, man. There ain't no overnight success. Rome wasn't built in a day. You ain't gonna get rich overnight. Forget about this get rich quick scheme nonsense. Oh, King Riches wants to actually be serious for once, yeah? Okay, so King Riches sucks, eh? The troll wants to be serious for once. Right, so he said, hold on. Hold on. Right, I'm just reading these other comments. Hold on. Yo, Jay, serious question. What do you have against people? What do you have against people have certain living conditions or disabilities, and why do you have so much grip towards them? Hold on. Oh, gripe towards them. No, if you have a disability in that, then it is what it is. But people who are not making something of themselves, people who are being unproductive, yeah, I have something against you. Because right now, there are people who are complaining about, oh, my life is bad, I'm depressed, you know, I'm just feeling unmotivated and that. Bro, don't tell me about your fucking depression when I'm seeing videos today where people are getting their houses blown up. Tell some child that lives in Afghanistan who's had his house blown up, or some child in Congo who's seen his mum get violated. Tell them about your fucking depression. Tell them about your rascal anxiety. Tell the people who are 6 foot under in the ground, who are actually making something of themselves, and they were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. They got on that plane, and that plane went into the fucking Twin Towers. Ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Just got on the wrong plane. The right plane, but the wrong people were on it. Some random woman when I was working in like near Stepney Green in East London, just walking, gone. This crane thing was lifting a pallet of bricks. She was walking with a pushchair. There's a child in the pram. The chain snapped, flattened, gone. Wrong place, wrong time. Now, obviously, I don't know if she was on the path to making something of herself. Probably not. That don't mean she deserves to be 6 foot under and that. What I'm saying is, I have a problem with people that are not productive. I have a problem with people that want to sit on other people's live streams trying to help some homeless guy that's not helping him fucking self. There's nothing wrong with that guy. He is fully able-bodied. He has somewhat average mental health. Yeah. There's no excuse for him to still be homeless. Go and sweep the fucking streets. Yeah. Even if you're dumb, yeah, you're still useful at the end of the day. Yeah. Go and stack shelves in Asda. Why is he not doing none of that stuff? But you want to sit and waste your time on his live stream trying to help him not be homeless. Bro, go and help your kids, man. You got fucking girls supporting guys who are in prison in another country. You're sending someone money who's in prison in another country, who, when he gets out, he's gonna have some other chicks, because he has other chicks at the moment. You're not the only one. But you're sending this guy £100 a week from England to America, and you've got children, and you're not putting that money in their bank account. Furthermore, they don't even have a bank account. How selfish is that? So yeah, I have a problem with people who, you know, they don't put their priorities in the right place, and they moan about oppression, depression. Yeah, I got a serious problem with them, because I'm not from some silver spoon society. I'm grew up very average, like everybody else. I don't have no experiences like, oh, you know, I done this when I was a child and that. No, no. Obviously, my, you know, I'm gonna say above average, but my abnormal experience is obviously like being on the streets and that, because 99.9% of people were not in a gang. 99.9% of people cannot tell you about how they got on a bus and went over there and see someone get mashed up and that. You can't, you need an address to have ID. You need ID to get hired and that. I mean, look, I ain't gonna keep talking about this guy, but this I think the guy was in a hostel. Oh, you said he's from Sudan. Oh, okay. Why did someone say he's from Jamaica? Yeah, because he don't seem like no Jamaican to me. Yeah. He does look kind of African still. All right, someone said whose story? Whose story? Right, what was the whose story I was gonna tell? Oh yeah, about the time when they you. So anyway, all right, boom. So press one in the chat, yeah. If you heard me talk about a time where basically one of my brethren got punched in his face. I don't know if the youth broke his jaw, but he got banged in his face by some youths that live on his estate. And then me and my brethren was passing through the estate a couple months later, and I stuck it on the youth. And fast forward like 10 years, I can't even catch up with a man. And I'm saying, like, yo, imagine me. I told the youth, yo, don't ever touch my brethren again. You banged him in his face for no reason. My brethren's not like that. Imagine I said that to that youth right then and there. I'm with my people, so nothing's gonna happen to me. But imagine if I'm walking through that estate and they're 4 man up, I'm on my own, and that youth's like, hey, what was you saying the other day? I could have got mash up for a man 10 years to not even want to link up with man. Yeah. So press one in the chat. So someone said, so someone's pressed one. Yeah. So anyway, so boom. So what happened was, yeah. So my brother got banged in the face by this random youth. I actually became cool with this youth a couple years later, and that he kind of joined the pack. Yeah. So anyway, so us lot are coming from some recording studio that's near the Coca-Cola factory in Edmonton. So we're walking through where the red and blue flats are in N18. It's got the Lincoln's patty shops there, isn't it? What's that noise, man? Someone beeping their horn. What's that noise? Some weird noise going on. Anyway, why is it making that noise? Can you not hear that? Press one if you lot can hear that noise. Some weird, sounds like it's a. Why is it making that noise? So it's like it's a bug or something. Yeah, why is it making that noise? You know, I'm an old man. I don't understand these technologies. I thought it was someone beeping their horn outside. I'm thinking, nah, these lot taking that piss, bro. Weird. I don't know. Anyway, so boom. New follower or subscriber. Oh, okay. What? Anyway, it doesn't matter. So anyway, so boom. So us lot, we're coming from this we're coming from this Coca-Cola, this recording studio near the Coca-Cola factory. So boom, walking through this estate where the red and blue flats are, where Lincoln's patisserie is. And obviously I bumped into the youth. I said, yo, don't touch my brethren. You banged him in his face for no reason, innit? Don't touch him again. But as we pulled up to the estate when we were walking through, there was one youth. He saw us and he just bust out. Like he was one N18 youth, yeah? And he saw us and he just cut. And he just ran off. But he was smiling. Like, joke on a joke. Hey, boom. So anyway, this youth was one of them youths. You know, like when man make them videos. What ends are you from? I'm from this place. No, you're not from there. Say fuck Edmonton or fuck anything. Like one of them, you know, like they got the camera in his face. Like, say I'm a dickhead. Say Wood Green's the hardest. So some Wood Green youths caught him and they put the camera in his face and said, say fuck anything. Fuck this, whatever, innit? Say Wood Green's the hardest. Like they pricked him and that, innit? So anyway, boom. So that happened one time to that youth. This is the same youth that just ran off. I didn't speak to him. He did not punch my friend in the face. This is some random youth. So anyway, boom. So, I don't know, half a year later, me and my cousin, I got a cousin from Wood Green, like proper Wood Green, he's a GM, yeah? He's 1 year younger than me, but yeah. So anyway, me and him on the bus, we're on the 192, we left Edmonton, we left my yard. I don't even know what we was doing. It's like, oh, let's just go Enfield town. So we got on the 192. On the 192 now. And we're cutting through Bushell Park. The 192 takes you through Bushell Park just before it gets to Enfield town. Me and my cousin are sitting on the bus now. I'm right at the back of the bus in the middle of the 192. It's a small hop-on bus or single decker. As we get to one of the stops at Bushell Park, these two youths have got on the bus and they got red bandanas on. So I was like, what the fuck? So anyway, I thought it was some Tottenham boys or something. Enfield, Bushell Park is no man's land. Everyone and anyone go there. There's no one to stop no one. That's people go there and trap around there. So boom, these youths have jumped on the bus, Oyster card tapped, got red bandanas around their wrists and that. So anyway, I'm sitting right at the back of the bus. This time I'm 17, yeah? These two youths have walked towards me to get to the back of the bus now. So I'm sitting in the middle. So I have to give them way, like move my legs, innit? So one of the youths that was at the front, yeah, was like, move over. So I just jumped up and said, what? So he's paused for a second. He's like, what? What? I can't remember. I think he said, where are you from? So I said, Edmonton. He's like, what? You from Edmonton? Yeah. I said, yeah. He said, what? You DA? Yeah. I said, yeah. I ain't DA, but man, affiliate with DA, innit? But this youth grabbed me and forced me in the corner. So me and him having a tussling match and that. Like we're grabbing each other and that, innit? But he badded man up still. Yeah? So I got badded up. So anyway, my cousin tried to bang him, but he's missed. Then the fight just kind of stopped. We all got off the bus because the bus weren't moving now, innit? But commotion on this bus, yeah? So anyway, I got badded up. I got chiefed up on the bus. Cool. So anyway, oh, what happened was, yeah, so I was like, where are you from? Like, we're talking, but we're shouting at each other, really. The youth saying, oh, I'm Brixton, Old Trey. So there's one gang in Brixton called Old Trey. So basically, there's a guy called Tanner. He was PDC, and I think he made his own clique called 031 Old Trey, yeah? So they're like red band, they're like the Bloods of Brixton. But they're linked up with PDC. So anyway, I didn't know who this youth was. He was saying, yeah, I'm Brixton, Old Trey. So I think, all right, these lot are some Brixton youths and that. The youth weren't Brixton. The youth was that youth from Edmonton. So anyway, so I got chiefed up on that. And then I clocked, hold on a minute, that's that youth from Edmonton. That's that youth that got chiefed up by them Wood Green youths. They put the camera in his face and made him say, suck your mum and all that bullshit and that. But what happened was he must have started flexing with some Brixton youths and that, and he got gas knife, a bad man and that. So when I heard, when I clocked that happened, like, oh, I got chiefed up by someone that's a prick. Yeah, I turned into a madman from then. Like, yeah, I just turned mad. Anyway, boom. One time, me and my brother Leo, big up Leo, free up Leo. Yeah. Me and him have gone to where the red and blue flats are. I think he knows a couple of youths around there. So anyway, he's going to go and link one of them. And that youth's there. So obviously, it's kicked off now, and me and him started fighting. So anyway, we're fighting now, throwing a couple punches, missing a couple punches and that. So anyway, this youth walks off, and he goes and gets this pole. Yeah. So anyway, he's trying to hit me with this pole, but obviously, man's a techers and that. So anyway, somehow I was able to disarm him and take this pole off of him. Yeah, I don't even know how I got the pole off of him. He's walked off and got a knife. I had to end up kicking him. Yeah, and then yeah, the fight kind of stopped and that. And then we kind of just called it a truce. Like, yeah, we just kind of squashed it after that. But yeah, so that I think that was the first time someone come at me with a knife, to be fair, you know. But yeah, from that day, I turned into a madman. When I found out that I got chiefed up by he was 1 year below me as well, you know. Yeah, when you get batted up by someone a year below you, that's it, big violation. Obviously, when I was 18, like a year after this and now, see, I was on a rampage. I was smacking up, like, there was one farm older. Basically, I ain't gonna say his name in it, yeah, but I beat him up in Edmonton Green train station. I was 18, he was like 30 or 32. I beat him up. He ran off. I only found out a couple, like maybe like 3-4 years ago. Apparently, him and some older guys and that were driving around in Edmonton with guns in the car, looking for me. Apparently, I didn't even know at the time. But apparently, they was on to man. Yeah, apparently they was on to man and that. But yeah, I was smacking up. I was a smack up older specialist in my area. Trust me, I was getting a couple older people down still. But yeah, I got batted up by one youth, 1 year younger than me. That was it. And they made a video about him as well, and he got chiefed up. That was it, fam. I turned into a lunatic. I turned into a nutcase after that. Yeah, that was the beginning of the end, boy. Yeah. Like sometimes, yeah, like I see these videos, yeah, like you know, like when they got the scoreboards, like top scorers in every area, most OJ, GM in every area now. So I get a bit jealous, you know. Like obviously, I never stabbed no one or nothing like that, but I was getting people down. Trust me, I was mashing people up. Obviously, I did get mashed up as well. You can't beat up everyone in that, but I was so active in that I would have been up there, top 3, just active. Yeah, I did take L's though, but yeah, I was getting people down, chasing 3 man down the road and that. My name was ringing bells. 2011, my name was ringing bells. Yeah. He said, I wish I was white, you know. Nah, but you know what? Yeah, you say, "Oh, London's like this and that." Like, fam, it's a game, man. If you're in it, you're gonna be in problems. If you're not in it, man, then you be cool, man. If anything, man might just try to rob you. That's it. Yeah, man. Yeah, when I clocked that, yeah, that you badded me up, fam. It was him, him. Nah, that was it, blood. Cause I saw that video and I was laughing, you know, but stuttering on the video and that. Say suck your mom, suck your mom, suck my mom. Like they'll tell him to say suck your own mom. Yeah, chiefed him up, just made a video about him, just and then I get Did you know a guy called LT? He was your age, them times from Custom House. Nah, I didn't even know where Custom House was until I went prison. So big up my cellmate John from Woolwich. He's the same age as me. He's from Woolwich. Like, this is the thing, yeah, because of where Edmonton's located in North London and that, like, I've never met no road youths from South London. I didn't know anybody from South London. I had one cousin from South London, but he's not rolled. So I couldn't judge. Like, I didn't. South was always like a mystery to me because South London may as well have been on the other side of the planet. Man was just concerned with what's going on around my perimeters and that. Tottenham, Wood Green, Enfield, Hornsey. That was my little perimeter in that. Even Hackney, like, yo, I know Hackney. I used to go to my brethren's yard, like around Shakespeare in Stoke Newton all the time, innit? But yeah, other areas, South London may as well have just been on the other side of the universe and that. So when I went jail, that's when I first met South London youths. I never met nobody from South London that's on the road and that. And big up my cellmate John from Woolwich. He was telling me like, yeah, Custom House. Like, yo, that's them lot are serious around Custom House. I'm like, where the fuck's that? He's like, near Canning Town in East London. I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't even really know where Canning Town was. Yeah, like I never even heard of these places and that. And I think he said that one time some youths must have run up in a trap house, and the youth that was holding it down in the trap house pulled out a shotgun and shot like 2 of them, but he only got manslaughter, so only got like 10 years and that. Here my cellmate John, so yeah, these youths run up in the trap house and that, in Custom House. The youth that was holding it down shot a couple of them dead, and he only got manslaughter and that. He only got 10 years. He's laughing. I'm like, laughing? A man's gonna rot behind the door for almost 10 years and that. You know, like you get to go home a little bit early and that. I'm like, lucky, laughing? Nah, fam, I ain't laughing about getting 10 years, blood. Fuck that. Obviously, you get me, you still get to walk away with your life and that, because God knows what these youths had on them and that. But fuck that, man. He got 10 years. He's laughing. I swear that's exactly what he said. He got, wherever the charge was, I can't remember the number specifically, but he said he's laughing. I said to him, bloody, he ain't laughing. The man said, laughing, you know. I said, laughing, fam. Big up the Blue channel. Hey, Blue, do you remember that video that you posted up years ago where that Yardie woman was having an argument with her boyfriend in Walthamstow, and she stripped naked in the street, and because he said, give me back my clothes, give me back my stuff. So the woman stripped butt naked in the street, everything out, birthday Ross Clark suit. She stripped naked in the street and said, take your things. And the way this woman was holding the stance and the posture, yo, Blue, hey, let me tell you something, Blue. Do you know how I actually tried to find that video on your channel? I beg you, if you find that video on your channel, forward it to me, please. That video, that video there had me in stitches. I was laughing. The woman did strip naked and blood. Jamaicans, Yardies, they're on a different level. They're a different breed. The woman stripped naked in the middle of the road. This weren't 2 in the morning, broad daylight, 4 p.m. in the summer. Cars going both directions. Stripped naked. I think, how did she get home? How did she get home? Because like everyone laughing and that, like, yo, how did she get home? Did she get a cab? How did she get home? She's butt naked, blood. Only a Yardie would do that madness. But yeah, Blue, if you ever find that video, I'll beg you send it to me. Beg you send it to me. Yeah, big up for sharing that video the other day as well. Respect, man. But I'll give you lot another hood story. Yeah. So one time, like I said, the Wood Green boys used to always come to Edmonton. Yeah. And there's like 20 of us, Wood Green youths and DA youths. Yeah. For some reason, we decided to go Silver Street because there's one estate called Red Brick around there. Yeah. And we got on the 144 or the 102 because both of those buses take you to Silver Street. So we got off after we got to Silver Street and we're walking like towards Pims Park. And there's a road called Tanner's End Lane, and that's part of Red Brick. yeah, and Red Brick Estate is on one side of Silver Street. So we're walking towards Pim's Park down Silver Street. Red Brick Estate is on our right-hand side. There's like 5 guys, 5 older guys on the red brick side of the estate, yeah? And we're walking down Silver Street towards past King Rooster, which is on the left. And we see these 5 guys. But we're not interacting with them. We're just watching them in that, yeah? But we're walking past them. We can tell, oh, these guys are older than us, innit? Yeah? So we just left it. Anyway, one of them decided, I'm not having it. You know, I'm going to even say his name because he's real. His name is Junior, yeah? He went to Alwood School, and he's actually 2 years above, man. I think he's like, he would say he's Congolese, but he's probably Angolan Congolese, because them Angolan Congolese, man, they claim like Angola and Congo are next to each other. You got a lot of people who are like half Angola, half Congolese. Like a lot of the youths I was rolling with, they will say, yeah, I'm Congolese, but they're actually Angolan, maybe half Congolese as well, innit? Anyway, we're walking now. There's 20 of us. This one guy, Junior, is not having it, man. Next thing I know, I turn around, he's walking towards us on smoke by himself. His guys are not following him. His guys are not behind him. I don't think he knows. I don't think he cares. Next thing you know, he just starts running. We all bust out. We ran away. Like 20 of us ran from one guy. That youth there, Junior, is serious, fam. Tell you, them Congolese, man, them Angola, man. Yeah, them lot was serious still. On road, you will come across a couple man and like, yo, they're just on next level smoke. Brave. I told you in the last live stream, there was that guy from Hornsey. We were at Pim's Park and we heard that there was a party going on. You can't have parties in Edmonton. We're turning up, yeah. And if we don't get in, a brick's going through the window, yeah. We've got this was New Year's Eve. 2016 going into 017. Sorry, 2010 going into 011 or 09 going into 011, 010, one of the two. We've pulled up to this party now, yeah, house party on near Pim's Park. And me like an idiot shouted, because we heard that maybe there might be some Enfield boys in there or something. Me like an idiot. If the wrong people are in here, yeah? Anyway, we're at the door now. There's like 15 of us. Some guys come to the window. I don't even know what he was saying. Yeah, some Hornsey guy. He's like, what? This guy opened up the window with a knife in his hand and he jumped out of the first floor window. Like it was yesterday. He was wearing a baby blue t-shirt, jeans, and some white trainers, probably Air Forces. He jumped out of the window. I was like, oh shit, man. Nobody done nothing, man. None of us done nothing. He jumped out of the window, blood. I remember it like it was yesterday. If he ever saw this video, he'll be like, oh shit, I remember that, you know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Them Hornsey guys there, the warlords, them lot were on this thing. Like, I don't know about the other youths, GBG and them lot, but like the warlords, them lot were on this thing. Yeah, my man jumped out the window. Yeah, we didn't go inside that party that day. Yeah, we did not gate crash that party one day. That day. How to stop man from gate crashing a party? Jump out of a window with a knife in your hand. Yeah, that's surefire way. Yeah, we were not playing with him that day. He jumped out of the window. Jumped out of the window. He's serious. Yeah. Nah, not the Rasta ones. I think his name is I don't want to say his name but yeah, no, he weren't one of them ones there. He's a short, black, dark skinned brother. I don't know if he was Jamaican or African, but yeah, he jumped out of the window. But yeah, them warlords guys, I could tell them man, they were strong. Yeah, if you're going toe to toe with them lot fighting, right, you better have your knuckle game on point. Like I was saying, like in the previous live stream, like the local the other man them and that, they couldn't really step to us if he was coming like on a fisting. Like obviously we're cool with Wood Green youths, but Wood Green youths, like I remember one time, them lot, like we were beating them up at Edmonton Green one time. That muck about fight, innit? But we were beating them up, like the Wood Green youths at Edmonton Green one time. Muck about, they're our people, and we just play fighting. We'll move to them still. Tottenham youths, none of them could. I don't think there's any sets of Tottenham youths that can actually bring it to us like on a fisting and that. Yeah, Enfield youths, absolutely not. No way. But them warlords, yeah, they would have obviously they were a bit couple years older than us and that, innit? But yeah, yeah, we would have been in problems. Going toe to toe with them, lot, yeah, we would have been in problems. The D Breaker, fucking Clev, RIP. Yeah, them lot, they look like they were strong. They look like they will mash some people up still. When you was in prison, did any man get great? Nah, man. Do you think man are getting violated like that in ISIS, man? Nah, man. Maybe in big man jail. I was in a youth offender. I said, stop swearing, please. My son is on your live. Okay, yeah. But yeah, maybe your son shouldn't really be watching these sort of lives, you know. Because if he's too young to hear swearing and that. Did you roll with Steeler? Do you know what? I don't think I've ever seen him in person, you know. And like that's my cousin's brethren. Like he even mentions my cousin's name in one of his tracks. But well, my cousin was in his video as well, but I've never seen him. I don't think I've ever come across him. Yeah. Okay, all right, yeah, no problem, Sniper. Nah, so basically, yeah. So this person's asking about whether or not ISIS was a Cat A. No, ISIS is a Cat C. I actually checked it the other day. So it's a Cat C. Now the reason why I was checking whether or not ISIS was a what category ISIS was, because blood, I'm on the wing with murderers. There was that 3-man minimum that was on my wing who were murderers. Like that, I think there was like 48 cells because I was in H47 and my neighbor Ahmed, he was in H48 and his was the last cell. So on the H wing, there was 48 cells. I can't speak for the other wings and that. He was in for murder, but he was cool. I just think like he was there when they done it, but I don't know if he, you know what I mean? So yeah, he was in for murder and that. But there was 2 guys downstairs, they were in for murder. One of them, he was like the boss of the wing. He was in for an M. And I think his cellmate as well was in for an M, but I don't know if they were cold D's and that. But yeah, so I'm thinking like, right, I swore, say. How am I on the wing with murderers, but this is supposed to be a Cat C? If you're a murderer, you should minimum Cat B. Maybe not Cat A. Cat A is like maniacs and whatever and that. But yeah, Cat B, yeah, but Cat C, how you putting people who are in for murder in a Cat C? I thought you was the boss of the wing, but I want no boss or no wing, man. Come on, man. Obviously, the man on the wing gave me a little bit of respect still, because if man don't know you, man don't know you. But basically, like, did I tell you, like, obviously, man try and move to one Tottenham youth because of his affiliations and that. So they see me on the wing, just normal guy. They're not thinking nothing of me. Yeah, they don't know who I am and that. But they saw me stand up to like 8 man and try and punch someone in the face. So like they thought like, right, my man must be. I wasn't even really thinking of it like that. I'm thinking, I don't like who you roll with in Tottenham, so I'm gonna get at you. I didn't really care that you was with 8 man. You know, like them anti-London field shoots I was talking about in my videos and that. He was with them. So from the outsider's perspective, it looks like this one guy has stepped to 8 man and tried to punch one of them in the face. Oh, he must be OJ. I didn't even think of it like that. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna move to this youth. That's it. So other people on the wing must have like, yeah, that guy, he's fearless. yeah, to step to 8 man and that. Like, he could have tried to do it some other sneaky way. Nah, he walked over to them and he set pace, bro. So yeah, certain man that I used to just nod to, like I didn't talk to them on the wing. I just used to nod when I see them and that. They'll come into my door like, yo, what go on, fam? I see you trying to swing after that E. What happened? So yeah. Someone said, what's wrong with plumbing? I mean, plumbing's all right. Would you want your son to be a plumber though? But electrician is the best trade. I mean, yeah, I'll be a little bit biased to say, yeah, it's the best trade. But gas engineers, they probably earn more than electricians. Any big names that you was in sales with? So I used to be in Schema from Clapham Junction. What's the what was he from? SUK. So that guy Schema that raps SUK, he was in ISIS. There was one youth from Brixton Hill called Baby, he was there. TK, he was there. I used to chat to TK. Who else was there? I met Young Troops from Gas Gang, he was there. That guy I said that was the boss of the wing on the H wing, his name was Spectre. He was from Fulton Heath, he was there. And obviously those are just the people that I bumped into. There's Bear Man, even like, so when I watched Bobby Kasanga's podcast, he was actually in ISIS at the same time, but I never met him. He was on the other side in Meridian because he's older than man, isn't it? But I never met him. I met one older from Cherry Gang called Illaman. Well, I can't remember. I was speaking to him one day. I don't even know if he was in the same class. I can't even remember. I just remember talking to him. Like, he won't remember, but I don't really forget faces and that. But yeah, I remember I just bumped into him. I think he told me, yeah, he's Cherry. I can't even remember, but I remember talking to him one time. All right. Next time, Darren. Respect. Save for the £5 donation, yeah? Did you see any bullying in jail? Oh, so basically, yeah, on my wing, like I said, there was bare anti-fields youths. So there was a couple Hoxton youths on my wing. And there was one mixed race youth from Hoxton. You could tell he was about this and that, whatever, really. But there was some random white youth. He looked like a nerd. Just some tall, skinny youth with glasses and curly hair. He looked like a fucking nerd. He looked like you would find him in a library. He was a Hoxton youth. I don't know how he affiliates with these Hoxton youths. I don't know if he just lived on the estate or I ain't got a clue. There's no way this youth could be an active GM getting on buses or in the cab with 6 other men going to do something they're not supposed to do on the other side. If you ever saw this youth, you would never think he was in a gang. I know there's some people like, oh, he don't really look like he's a gang member. Like, certain people don't think Tion Wayne is active and that. Like, yo, you don't know him. Yeah. But this white youth, fam, he just looked like some. Why the fuck he was in jail in the first place? Do you know what he looked like? You know, like them grey youths that, you know, would off a little 6-year-old. You know what I'm saying? They will pitch a 6-year-old or something like that. Like, just the child man. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, fam, he's not one of them. He looked like a sociopath. One day. So anyway, boom. So he was on the wing. And yeah, he was affiliated with some Hoxton youths. Some big black youth. Big guy. With that 6'2". Yeah. He weren't fat. He weren't muscly, but he weren't fat. Yeah, he was a big youth. He tried to bully him. I don't know what. I think he tried to tax him or something. Next thing you know, because I saw a little interaction between this big black youth and this white youth. And I knew something was going on, but I couldn't hear it. So anyway, boom, the guy walked off, whatever, innit. Next thing you know, like, I don't know, the next day on association, I see this black youth on his hands and his knees. I swear to God, I can't believe I've even spoken about this. on any of my videos. This big black youth was on his hands and his knees cleaning this mixed race youth, not the white youth, this mixed race youth's cell on the wing. So he went in his cell and he's cleaning his cell on his hands and his knees. I'm like, oh my God. So what must happen was, so I must have seen the mixed race youth talking to him, like saying, come to my cell or something like that. And next thing you know, he's cleaning his cell on his hands and his knees. Because basically, the black youth is probably trying to stick it on the white youth, try to bully the white youth, not realizing who his people are. And that youth said, bro, what are you doing? Hey, if you ever do that again, this is going to happen. Come clean up my cell and that. So, yeah, he had to clean out his cell. Yeah, I'm surprised I forgot about that, you know. That was mad. Like, put it this way. If you put this big black youth and this mixed race youth in a cell and said, listen, last man standing, that black youth is coming out 10 seconds, it's over. It's over. That's the thing, yeah? When you're about this, yeah, it makes up for this. Like, obviously, that mixed race youth on road, he could get him down because he might be a shooter or he might splash, you know what I mean, innit? But in jail, you really only got your knuckles and that. Like, obviously, when I was in ISIS, I didn't hear about no choppings or nothing like that. Obviously, they probably did happen, but I didn't hear about no one with no weapons on my wing. Did they? Probably, but I didn't see nothing. But yeah, if they had to fight them two, that black youth is coming out in 10 seconds, no problem. Unless that mixed race shooter's got some next tech. But certain men are small, but certain men are just techers and that. So, but more than likely, that black youth is coming out on top. So he had him on his hands and his knees cleaning that cell. The mixed race shooter didn't stick it on him and say, listen, if you ever do that again, this is what's going to happen and that. Nah, there were repercussions for his actions. All right, respect. See you on the next one. Yeah, I'm coming off in 2 minutes anyway. How much is a lot to have saved at 21? I mean, if you have 10 grand saved at 21, that's really good, man. What the next best low maintenance investment after buy to let? I wouldn't say, like, I don't know about low maintenance or whatever in it, but like you can just buy and sell cars, man. Why don't you look? This is an idea for you lot. Why don't you lot start buying and selling cars and create a TikTok account to support your social media, to support your business endeavor? Do that. If any of you lot got any business ideas or anything like that, why don't you make a social media account about it? Instead of always listening to JY's TV, I know I'm your favorite content creator and that, but instead of listening to all these other content creators or leaving these hating comments and that, or just, you know what I mean, double tapping and scrolling for hours whilst you're sitting on the toilet and that, why don't you produce your own content? Why don't you be a producer as well as a consumer? You know, you should be producing this much and consuming this much. For the most part, most of you lot, it's the other way around. You're consuming this much and producing this much. It needs to be the other way around. Aside from cars, what else? I mean, I can't tell you, oh, go and start a vending machine business, because that's going to be a lot more difficult than, you know, cars and that. You know, obviously, I started a vending machine business. I had one, but, you know, it's not as easy to get into. So in terms of business ideas, I ain't really got that much. That's why I don't have my own business. I can talk to you about property. I can't talk to you about business like that. What about producing gaming videos? Yeah, I mean, yeah. You know what? That will kill your need for playing video games. See, that's the thing. These guys that create video games and that, because they're so in it and they're producing, they probably ain't even got time to play video games. They ain't even got time to play video games. Love your honesty. Listen, I'm not going to pretend to know things about it. Listen, I tell you what I know, and if I don't know, I say I don't know. I'll tell you, I don't know. That's it. I'm not gonna pretend. Jay the realist. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll give it 5 more minutes and I'll come off. I only recently found your videos, but love your mindset. Yeah, man. Big up, man. Respect. Okay, what in property after I bought buy to let? I want to invest in something else, but not over leverage. Well, like I just said, you know, you can do the cars thing. If you don't want to do that, then why not put it into, like, obviously look into it, but the S&P 500, a lot of people keep talking about that. How do I make sure I never fail my degree? Every single day, revise. Even when you have no exam coming up. When I say revise, look through your books, look through your notes and that. There's no way, yeah, you can fail your degree if every single day, 30 minutes, you spend reading over previous notes, reading your textbooks that are relevant to, obviously, your course and an exam that could potentially be coming up. There's no way. There's no way. The problem is, what people do is they have an exam, and 2 weeks before the exam, that's when they revise. Do you know how many times, when I used to go into electrical exams and that, we used to stand outside, or outside in the open or outside the exam room. People were doing last minute revision, revising outside the door. You should be revising 2 weeks prior, not even the night before, because it's not going to sink into your mind. You know, if you just revise the night before, you might get lucky and see something and remember it, photographic memory, on the day of the exam, because you've read it an hour, well, 20 minutes before. But you're just going to have the knowledge. You're not going to have wisdom. So, for example, I don't know, imagine, there's a question. I don't know. Let's say, for example, you know that a lighting circuit needs a live and a neutral. It needs a brown and a blue. Okay, you've seen in your textbook that you need a brown and a blue for a lighting circuit to work. Yeah, I'm just making stuff up now. But if there's a question that says, a healthy lighting circuit is not working, what could be the possible reason for the lighting circuit not working when everything's connected? I don't know, innit? Well, you ain't got no neutral. That's why. Oh shit, say you ain't got no neutral. That's why there's no power going to it. That's why the lighting circuit's not working in that. If you just know, each circuit needs a live and a neutral and that, but you don't actually know why, or there could be a question and I don't know. There's a healthy lighting circuit. You're only getting 230 volts between line and earth, but not line and neutral. What could be the problem? Well, you ain't got no neutral. For some reason, the neutral is broken somewhere. You ain't gonna know that unless it's embedded in your mind. You're not gonna just learn that from a textbook. So yeah, man, you got to be revising for a good few months before an exam. That's how you can guarantee you're gonna pass the exam. Funny customer. What do you mean customer? You mean the tenants whose houses I work at? I mean, I met one fucking idiot today. I'm like, yeah, I never want to go back to this house. Nothing happened on the job. But sometimes, I go to these tenants' houses and I feel like they're just testing my patience. Like, like I feel like I'm on a secret shopper. Like they're deliberately going out of their way to just test my patience. Like, all right. So I went to this road today, and I had 2 jobs to do side by side. Literally, I had number 2 and number 4 to do, for example. So I had number 4 to do first. So I knocked on number 4's door. The guy was in. I said, right, just give me 2 minutes and I'll come back in a sec. Knocked at number 2 and I said, listen, I'm going to be here for an hour and a half doing this one, but within like an hour and a half, you will see me. Yeah, I'll come after about an hour and a half. He said, all right, cool, no problem. This is number 2. Went to number 4, done the job, done. Cool, no problem. Went to number 2, knocked the door. So I said, yeah, I'm ready to come and do the test now. So as I've gone into the house, obviously just before that, I said, do you want to put on shoe covers? I always offer to put on shoe covers. Somebody says, oh, thank you so much for being polite and that. And I say, the reason why I offer is because nobody's coming in this house without putting on shoe covers. We will have a standoff at that front door. Nobody comes in my house without putting on shoe covers. I don't even enter my own property without shoe covers. So ain't no pussy or coming in my house without putting on shoe covers. So anyway, as I got to the front door, I said, do you want me to put on shoe covers and that? And he said, I've got some, and I've got some, it's cool. So anyway, I'm standing in the house, technically. I'm standing on the mat. The guy's holding the door. So anyway, I've got my ladder with me. He's holding the door. So he said, have you got any other things to bring into the house? And I said, no. And he said, so this is everything that you're bringing into the house right now? And I said, yeah, why? So these times I'm getting ready to put on the shoe covers. Obviously, I have to unravel them and open them up and that. And I said, yeah, why? And he said, oh, because I said to him, because he was holding the door. Is it because he said, I'm holding the door? I said, yeah, let the door go then. I'll close it. Why do these Asian, no disrespect, why do these Indians always want to come in the live streams, man? no disrespect. So anyway, yeah, the guy standing by the door, I'm trying to put on these shoe covers. He's like, have you got any other things to bring in the house? You see me with the ladder and that. And I said, I'm not too sure. I'm looking at the smoke alarms thinking, they're probably out of date, innit? I was like, I might have to go in and out again. I'm not too sure. And he's like, oh, okay. He's like, I just wanted to know if you need to go back out or whatever. And I said, yeah, why? He's like, because the door's open and I want to close it because the heat is leaving the house. He said, I've had to pay for the heating and that. And I was just thinking, blood, I'm standing by the door for 5 seconds and you're moaning about the heating leaving the house. Like, this is the thing. This is what I'm saying, yeah. When you reach a certain level, you don't want to be around these fucking broke people who are worried about them heating their house and the heating leaving the house. Now, don't get it twisted. If the front door's open, obviously it will make the house cold and that. But he's not even thinking about, I'm feeling cold now because the draft is coming. He's thinking, I've paid to heat this house and the heating's leaving the house. There's a difference, yeah? This is the bullshit you have to deal with when you're around poor people and that. When you go to these poor people's houses, when you go in a room, you turn the light on and then you leave, they're right behind you. Bam! They slap that light switch off. Yeah? Surprised the light switch ain't even broke. Boom! Yeah? They turn it off. Or they ask you, do you need to go back in there? No, I'm done with that room. I've tested the sockets and that light is cool. Okay, boom. And they go and run in there and turn off the light. The other day, I went outside because obviously I don't wear trainers in my house, as I said. So I put my trainers on outside. I don't even put my trainers on inside. I put them on outside. And I realized, shit, as I stepped away from the house, I realized I left one of the lights on upstairs. So I'm like, I really stood at my front door for 10 seconds thinking, can I be bothered to take off my trainers to go upstairs? Because I'm not going to be back for 3 hours. I stood at the door for 10 seconds, contemplating going upstairs. And I thought, just go upstairs. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care, man. I don't like worry about heating and shit like that. Yeah, this is what happens. So anyway, this guy, listen, I like to talk to the tenants. I like to talk. But this guy, he weren't even conversating. He was just talking shit. He was just talking rubbish. He was talking rubbish. I actually thought, you know what, yeah? I might get into a situation with this guy. He ain't no tough guy. He's a fucking idiot, but he talks a lot. But yeah, luckily nothing happened. Because this is the thing. These people will run their mouth and they think they're about this and they're fucking not. I know you're not about this when you've got problems with your neighbors, but you don't address that situation. Because if I have problems with my neighbors, they fucking know about it. Like I said, the new place I'm moving to, I haven't even moved in there yet, and I've had run-ins with 4 people. People on this estate, they know me. They don't even know my name. They know that guy that lives at the top. He's a madman. Yeah, you can't misbehave around here. The little kids, they're not allowed to play football at the back of my house. Move. Go down the back of the estate. I've been to the parents' house 3 times. to talk to them about their kids. They had to call the police on me because of my mannerisms and that. That's all I'm going to say. Not having it. Not having it. People, anyone that lives around me, you have to behave yourself. You're going to be in problems. But yeah, coming off in 2 minutes. I say, ooh, scary. It's not about that. Like, I'm just telling you how it is. I don't play around. I don't play around. Add me. Add you. I ain't adding no. If I'm going to bed, man. I got things to do, man. Fucking get up early as well, man. The neighbor thinking the black guy is out here again. No, the thing is, yeah, with my neighbors, yeah, like if you like, I had neighbors that lived there before, but they moved. Obviously, they hated me. But what I'm saying is, if you actually ask them to remove their emotions and that, and you ask them, that guy next door, is he a nuisance? Is he an annoyance to live next to? Do you sit there and think, oh, I wish that fucking guy would stop that or hurry up and leave or something? No, I'm dead quiet. I'm silent. You won't hear me. The only time my neighbors know that I'm in my house is because my car is outside. If my car wasn't outside my house, they wouldn't know I was here. I don't make no noise. I don't play loud music. I don't bun weed. I don't bring antisocial people to my house. Nothing. But if I have a problem with you, then you're going to hear me. They might see me walk past because I go for runs. I'll walk down the road and then I run. They might see me run when I come running back, but they don't hear me. I'm not a nuisance. Just don't piss me off. Just don't get on my nerves. Don't talk to me about, oh, this is where we park. I don't give a fuck about where you park. I'm not a part of your community. You can't talk to me about park my car. You want to chat to me, then yeah, well, if it has to get to that stage where I put hands on you, then it is what it is, isn't it? I'm not having it, man. This new place I'm moving to, the little kids outside playing football and that, 8, 9 o'clock at night. I told the parents, when I move around here, there's going to be some changes. They got shook. This is our thing, yeah? Like, certain man think they're tough. Certain man, like, there's a couple of little families on the road, yeah? Like, there's one household in particular. I think they run, like, I think they think, yeah, like, they kind of run the cul-de-sac and that. Yeah, until I turn up. Like, especially the man, I think he thinks he's like the top guy on the cul-de-sac. Okay, cool. But then you get shook when I say there's going to be some changes around here and you put a camera outside your house. Even my neighbors, they put a camera after I beat them up. Like, you think I need cameras outside my house? I wish I had cameras outside my house because I've had to beat up a few people outside and I wish I caught it on camera. You know them gypsy people that live in the caravan, them Irish people. One guy come to my house, I beat him up. Nah, because basically he was making up noise on my estate. I went outside, he stepped to me, I punched him in his face, and that was that. It was done. But then he found out where I lived, and he come to my house, so I had to beat him up again. Nah, I'm a Jamaican. I'm not Irish. I'm not part of your traveller community. You can't come knock my door, blood. Nah. You can't come knock my door. You can go and do that to other gypsy people and that. You can't come to my house, blood. I'm a fucking Jamaican, blood. Furthermore, I'm not from Northampton as well. Yeah? Do that to other Northampton people. I ain't from Northampton. Don't come to my door. Don't come to my house, blood. Travellers can fight though. Not this one. I didn't see no fighting from him. Yeah, he was too overwhelmed, my friend. Yeah. I'm from Northampton, bro. What side is he from? I'm about still. Where do you think? I'm not from Northampton. I just live up here. I'm not from Northampton. I live up here. They call it, what they call it, the bush or something like that. Yeah, around there. That's where I live, around there. So like a couple youths, yeah. I said, so like I made videos about Northampton, this in Northampton and that. And a couple youths have come on, they're like, yo, if I ever see you, this, that. Or they say, oh, come to this part of Northampton, you'll get moved to. I'm like, I live there, you fucking idiot. the only person that's getting moved to is everyone else, not me. No one's moving to me around here. Yeah. Had him in a headlock, slapped him up as well, man. Don't come to my front door. Moving proper, like, man's moving proper Irish. Let me talk to you, man. I just want to talk to you. Just want to talk to you. And he's grabbing me and he's pulling me. What? Nah, fam. I'm so glad I beat him up because I would have taken that to my grave. You know, like there's certain L's, yeah? You're like, nah, how did I let a man get away with it? Get away with that. Like, the other day, I was in Screwfix and this was so disrespectful. There's a guy that works there and then kind of like his manager was there as well. So the worker, so the worker and the managers, they're both behind the tills, yeah? So the normal workers and the managers, they're both behind the tills. And the worker must have had a little issue with his till. He didn't have enough money or change in the till. So a customer paid using a £10 note. He didn't have enough money. So he said, listen, I've taken £2.70 from him. I'm going to give you £5, then you give me back £6, and then I'll owe you 40p or something dumb like that. So this is what the worker said to the manager. So the manager's trying to work it out. And he said, what? Is your brain not working? I will give you £5 and then you take £2 and give it to me and then I'll owe you £4 later. He was just throwing numbers at it. So the manager was trying to work it out. He said, what? Is your brain not working? Don't worry about it, yeah? I've got this covered and that. I was thinking, blah, nah, fam. That, you can't talk to someone like that in public. In public, I don't give a fuck if we're on an abandoned island, but don't talk to me like that. That's talking about, is your brain not working, you know? Is your brain not working? Disrespect. You said, no, you said the black youths aren't rated in Northampton. Do you still stand on that? Yeah, I still stand on that, yeah. They're not rated in Northampton, no. Obviously, if you got a problem with that, if you see me, hey, you've got an advantage. I don't know what you look like. Swing first if you want. In one of your old videos, you said you want to move to West London. Like, yeah, Notting Hill. I'd love to live around Notting Hill. Would you beat up a guy with glasses? I mean, if a guy tries to tell, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care if a guy's got glasses. What's that got to do with me? What's the best way to get into carpentry? Go to college. I said, Notting Hill, is it because of the romantic movie? Nah, man, Notting Hill was the one. Like, obviously, I used to go to uni up in Notting Hill. Forget Carnival, forget Carnival, forget that bullshit. Notting Hill, man. Notting Hill is the best area. You've got, like, you get me, the little ghetto rough side around the corner, which is Ladbroke Grove, and then you got that the middle class. You've got a mix of all different people. Around there, Notting Hill used to be the ghetto back in the day, like in the 70s or something like that. One older Jamaican woman, she told me that Notting Hill was like Tottenham. I was like, no way. She was like, yeah, it was ghetto around there back then. Now, Acton's ghetto, man. I ain't moving there. That might as well stay in Edmonton. Might as well stay in Tottenham. Acton is ghetto. I remember one time, yeah, after I came out of jail, so like when I was in jail, the London riots was going on. So a lot of my people, when I come out of jail, they were in prison when I come out. So that's why it was easy for me to not even do the road thing no more, because there was no one to do it with. Everyone was in jail for the riots and that. So anyway, boom. So one of my brethren, like, he was in jail, he was in Feltham and that. So one of my other brethren, he was on road. He probably got involved, but he didn't get caught. Me and him went to go see him. So obviously, funny enough, yeah, I was in Feltham a few months ago. I've come out and I'm going back there to go and see someone. So obviously I have to go to the visit, like go on a visit and that. Now I didn't get no visits because I didn't need no visits. I'm only in jail for 2 months. I don't need no visits. I don't need no support. I didn't phone any of my friends really. You know what I mean? I phone my mum once a week just to let her know I'm okay and that. So anyway, we're on the train now, going towards like Hounslow, Feltham, them sort of sides there, Heathrow Airport sides. So I think you take the Piccadilly line. Blood, we stopped off in Acton, like one of the stations, West Acton or something like that. Although we're on the tube goes outside. So it's the underground tube, but it's outside, if that makes sense. We stopped off at like West Acton. Bro, I see all these tower blocks. I'm like, yo, this was like Hackney, blood. This place goes ghetto, fam. So yeah, I ain't what we go from one ghetto to the next ghetto. Man said Edmonton come like Poland after World War II, you know. You mean Acton Town? I don't know. Yeah, it was Acton. Yeah, maybe Acton Town Station. I don't know. Something, maybe West Acton, South Acton. I don't know. But yeah, we was at this station, and I remember I just seen bare tower blocks. Obviously, this is back in 2011, so they might have licked down them tower blocks now. I'm talking about in 2011 November, October times we've gone down there. So I don't know. It's about I don't go around in places there, so I don't know. Do you listen to Nines? Obviously I like Nines' Trap Star. Yeah, I like that. But yeah, I don't really listen to Nines and that. So I said, yeah, a lot of them are gone now. Yeah, they're kind of knocking down tower blocks and that now. I say, bro, you can't compare Edmonton to no other area. It's dirty. Edmonton ain't that bad, man. What does FW mean? What, forward? What does FW? What does FW mean? When you shout Abdi and Acton, everyone in the area will turn around. Jay was, I feel like you're my wise older uncle. How old are you about uncle? Blood, I'm 32, man. I ain't that old, man. Did you guys beef with Peckham? Nah, man. Them man are too far away, man. Obviously, what happened was, yeah, like Giggs was in Edmonton one time, and I think he done a track with a couple of them DA holders. So what happened was, yeah, there's a guy from Peckham that moved to Hounslow, but he was like Congolese Angolan. So he was linked up with some of the man them that I used to move with. So he's from Peckham, but he moved to Hounslow and he like started running Hounslow basically. So anyway, I think he must have like invited like them Edmonton, some of them DAUs down to Peckham. And well, anyway, I ain't gonna say because obviously I started calling out names. Fuck it, I ain't gonna say it. Cut story. I'm 16, you are older than my uncle. I said, Edmonton can never beef South, not even Bromley. Come on. Jay Wise, would you move to Harlesden? No, that's the ghetto as well, man. No way you listen to drill. Of course. I said, could you beat Zola in a fight? Come on, man. Hayes, nah, Hounslow. Would you move to Brixton? Nah. Drill is negative. Yeah, but I still like the music, though, man. So my favorite UK rapper, I mean, he's a little bit commercial now, but not really. Nah, he's not commercial. Nah, he's not commercial. CS, that's my favorite rapper. Yeah, CS is my favorite rapper. I've been listening to them Peckham News from day, man. Right, coming off in 1 minute. Well, I should have come off about 26 minutes ago at 10:30. How about Quaingface? And I've never listened to any of his tracks, so I don't even know. Jay Wise, my level 2 plumbing next week. Got any? Oh, starting his level 2 plumbing next week. Got any advice? Stick to it. Stick to it. Sorry about the late response. I didn't even see any new comments, man. Did you used to rap? Nope. Edmund and you are bad car. They never had real competition. So where you from then, S? You from South London, yeah? What would you recommend to do with 100 bags? Save your money, invest in property. Do you know what I was thinking? Yeah, this is a little one-liner, well, a little thing I'm going to end the stream with. You know people who get money through inheritance. I'm not talking about 5 grand. I'm talking about like 100 grand through inheritance. Some family member dies. Do you know what you should do with that 100 grand? And I'm not saying this to be biased and that. Like, I'm not saying it from a biased standpoint. If you get 100 grand because a family member has deceased, parent or whoever, God forbid, passed away, dropped 100 grand on you. Obviously, you should not buy cars, you should not buy clothes, you should not go on holidays. That's what idiots do. And there are people that are doing it now. I met a tenant, a woman who's like 80 years old, told me that like basically someone that her daughter knows died and she got left with like 50 grand and she went and bought a Porsche and that. Bullshit like that. You should not do that. But you know what? With that 100 grand, you shouldn't even invest it in a business, you know? Nah, because that business could go bust. You know what you should do with that 100 grand? Just for the respect on said person's name, you should just invest that in property. Because you know there's no chance of anything going wrong if you invest it in property. I would even recommend invest, all right, maybe take 10 grand, invest in a business. But don't invest the whole 100 grand into a business. No way. No, fuck you. I don't care if there's a chance you can make $1 million off it. I don't give a fuck. That hard work that individual's put in to get that 100 grand and you're going to go and take the risk and invest in that in a business? Nah, man, put that in property, man. You surefire way for the money to go up in value. Right, I'm done now. Done. No more 1 minute, all this crap. All right, 13 of you lot that's on YouTube, I'm done. It's 11 o'clock. Next week, maybe Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday. Never know. Stay wise. Done.